This is Slasher here at the end of NASL Season 4 Finals, and I am here with casters and hosts Frodan and Gretorp. Talk to me about the event this weekend and the finals that are going on right now behind us between Hero and Violet. Guys, this is the 4th finals of the NASL. How has your event so far been this weekend?
I think the event turned out really great. We had one goal, really. Or, okay, we had multiple goals. But the primary goal was we wanted 0 downtime on the stream at all times. We wanted to be able to constantly have new, fresh content, not just the same looping ads, the same looping commercials. We try to fulfill our sponsor obligations in different ways. That way we can have all that free time to do cool stuff, our bloopers, all of our news updates, all of the cool ideas we want to do, and maybe not so cool ideas that we wanted to do. And I think overall we were very successful in that regard, and I'm super excited for 2013 because we're going to continue to expand off of that into something special, especially since Heart of the Storm's coming out. And
same for you.
Yeah, definitely so. It was a big success compared to not only previous NASLs, but also other organizations. Not to say other organizations were better or worse, just I feel like NASL lived up to lived up to its potential. And as he said, the downtime was covered really nicely. Much different downtime than Season 1, as it was actually down for most of the time.
So both of you guys have been around the StarCraft scene for quite a while, among other games, and you've seen every single league do their event. What do you think separates NASL from the other events out there?
We're completely different than all the events. We're like a playham, a daily. We're supposed to be like the go-to for when all the other events aren't on. And we have an EU rebroadcast so that everybody can watch it. It's just a completely different market space, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like we're the closest thing to GSL that's not in Korea. We try to put out a consistent daily broadcast with purposeful, meaningful games. Not just, because I know that IPL also does like a daily show, but they also do like running like different organizational things. Like they have like a team league, and they also have like another satellite tournament for their upcoming tournament. So it's not necessarily a consistent storyline that we try to portray. So it's not necessarily that we want to be GSL West, but we also want to be another consistent form of StarCraft 2 that people can really respect, get strong production out of on a daily basis. And so in that regards, I think we're different. But when we take on the level of production that every other organization has, I think overall everyone's trying to up it, to up the level. DreamHack obviously has been done great, and I agree with what Ben and everyone was saying. WCS Europe was probably the best run event production-wise, but I think we had the best stream that's all in StarCraft 2 because we ran consistently all throughout the weekend, non-stop entertainment, information, and games back-to-back while being able to entertain the live audience with give-outs and all kinds of interactive stuff. I was really proud of our team, and I think that's where we really excel because we also think of ways to innovate, not necessarily just to try to create what the same organization has done, but we're trying to really be creative with the space.
Now, I've seen you guys do a lot of side segments so far this weekend and throughout the season, which I think really sets you guys apart from the other leagues. You are picking up girls on your feet, and you're talking to dogs. I want to know, what are your kind of favorite side segments so far?
That I do?
Yeah, both of you.
Okay, I love my Trick Tips episodes. It's just like little tiny tactical or strategical exploits that you can use in the game. And I just talk about it over and over, and there's just so many, so it's really, really nice.
Well, come on, man. It has to be Fierce Fitness, and not because okay, first of all, guys, it's a joke. It's
no, what are you talking about? I thought that was legit the whole way through.
No, it's in the sense that it's supposed to be taken lightheartedly. You guys, I mean, we sometimes say things that we don't always recommend all the time because it's supposed to be fun, It's supposed to be a way for you guys to get active and to stay fit, to stay fierce, all this kind of stuff. But I think what really was cool about Fierce Fitness is that it expanded a side of me that I never really found. A lot of people, they get really scared to get in front of the camera, and it feels like they constrict not just their casting ability, but also their personality. And I feel like I've found a lot more confidence in who I am, and I think it was a great personal revelation, as well as a demotivational, emasculative process.
So I want to talk more about the games far this weekend. Of course, that is what we're all here for. We have Violet and Hero in the finals. I think, thankfully, to most people, it's not another ZVZ, as we've seen the past few weeks. I want to get your guys' thoughts on overall, having Hero and Violet in the finals. Is this what you expected? And what are your predictions of what's going to happen there?
I think Hero Violet is really good to have because it's two people that really should be winning more. And people don't really give enough credit because they always kind of forget them. They look at the trends, the flavors of the month. They look at Creator, who came out, and then Rain came out, and everyone was saying Rain would do it, and everyone kind of forgot about the old stalwarts like MC and Hero. And same thing with Violet. Everyone got caught up in the Pat Zerg comments and really talking about how imbalanced Infestors were. But Violet's been doing, I think, the most consistent Zerg play throughout the year. From the very beginning of 2012 all the way through, if you look at his placings, it's always within top 12, top 16, and getting multiple top 4 finishes. That was unheard of considering how many events he traveled to and that he's leaving Korea to do it. He's training in USA and he got better. That's unheard of. I was really proud to see Violet get so far. I can't ask for a better finals.
Are these the finals you expected?
Yeah, for the most part. Out of the top bracket, it was really tough. It was between Polt and Hero, I felt. And of course, we saw Hero just dominate. His PVT is looking excellent. It was really fortunate, I felt, for him because he only had to train for 2 matchups, PVT and PVZ. And, of course, very likely that he has 2 PVTs to train for his first 2 matchups. So then he has to kind of guess who the Zerg is going to be from the bottom half of the bracket because it's not necessarily that a Zerg for sure is going to get out of there, but there's 3 Zergs, 1 Terran. Looking at the statistics, how Zergs and Terrans are doing, probably a Zerg coming out of there. 2 main Zergs really jump out at you. It's Hyun and Violet. And then from there, he just says, okay, let me analyze their replays and go from there. I didn't really think it was going to be Violet. I thought it was going to be Hyun to advance all the way. But afterwards, I think Violet was a really, really obvious pick.
So I've been asking most of the players here and the casters. You, of course, played in the Heart of the Swarm FFA show match earlier. Want to get some general impressions of what you think Heart of the Swarm is going so far and also the recent changes that Blizzard only announced about a week ago.
It's overwhelming, and that's the best thing possible. When we look at Heart of the Swarm, we don't necessarily look at balance right now because it is beta right now. Even when it first gets released, you're not really looking at it for balance. You're looking at it like what can you actually do with the game? Can you play different than Wings of Liberty? And I have to say, a lot of the play was completely different. Even though we did free-for-all, we went to like Viking, Raven, Battle Cruiser, all that jazz. You saw the Tempest at work, and that was really cool to see. You saw all different units at work. And I think that's a step in the right direction. I think Blizzard has really, really good ideas for this upcoming game.
I like to say something that's been on my mind for a long time, and I think that the skill ceiling in StarCraft 2 is infinite. Let me explain that. And when I say the skill ceiling, I mean the top pinnacle of which a human could achieve is impossible. We've seen microbots like Automaton 2000 showcase like if you micro Marines individually, Baneling should absolutely do nothing. If you see like drop tank micro, Zerglings and Ultras, anything like in TVZ should do nothing. But that's impossible to reach because no one has 10,000 APM. So hypothetically, everyone complaining about the skill ceiling really doesn't understand that they're arguing about the skill floor. The skill floor in StarCraft 2 is a lot lower than StarCraft Brood War, and that's where everyone was complaining. In Heart of the Swarm, I am so excited because I think the skill floor is going to raise so substantially to play at an incredible high level. Everything's getting faster. You have to look faster, react faster, and we're going to see people who used to rely on mechanics be able to play incredibly again, like DRG, even Idra, as a Zerg player. He should be able to do a lot more with some of the things that he wasn't necessarily able to break through because some people who were slower were able to mass up things that slowed down the game. They were able to play, like really, I guess, static mech or infestors and really halt the game's pace. We have faster medevacs, we have faster Mutalisks, Phoenix with more range, and the Oracle, which is just way too overpowered right now. All these things is going to increase the general skill floor of everyone. I'm so excited for 2013 and all the years ahead.
I think everyone will agree with both of you on that. I think Heart of the Swarm is really going to be showcasing StarCraft 2 for the future. So to end this, kind of ask this to everyone as we do interviews throughout the year. Ask your Bitter Dam guys what they thought. Hero and Violet playing the finals right now. Who is going to win and what will be the score?
I think Violet's going to win 4-3 because Violet statistically has just had Hero's number at IPL and in NASL, and Violet's just been a guy I've been talking to about a year and a half. He's one of my good friends in esports, and as much as I love Hero, I got to go with Violet.
You have to feel like it is going to be Violet as well. I'm going to say 4-2. The main reason for that is, as Frodan said, they've met up a ton of times, and Violet always seems to come out just a little bit on top. Hero isn't really a player that changes his overall style that much. We haven't really seen just hardcore macro from him, and Violet knows that, and he's a very malleable player. And I think that just his ability to counter, I wouldn't say counter, but deal with Hero is really, really efficient. And from there, he's always able to get those end game advantages. Broodlord and Fester, of course, everybody talks about it. I think Violet's going to take it.
Well, Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam both picked Hero, and now Frodan and Gretorp both pick Violet. That's just kind of the way things go here at NASL. Thank you, both of you, for the interview, and we'll see you next year. Stay tuned to GameSpot.com/esports for coverage all weekend long of the NASL Season 4 Finals and next year's Season 5.